Dios nos bendiga. Aquí estamos nuevamente para poder bendecir a todos ustedes. That's right. We're back on Ni Unción, knowing de que Dios nos va a estar hablando una vez más. But we got a special guest here with us today. Yes, he is being used greatly in different ministries, and I'm going to present him in 3, 2, 1. We got Danny Sepulveda in the house.
How you doing, brothers and sisters? Brother, thank you for having me once again after 3 years.
3 years,
3
yeah,
years, right?
3,
3 or 4 years. Thank you for having me again, brother.
No, yeah, it's a pleasure. You know, we first had him on Ni Unción when he was barely starting, right?
Yeah.
When
Like
we
in
were really
2021, maybe around there.
It was 2021.
Yeah.
2021. Yeah, around there. And I remember he even showed us. Wait, in that year you barely took out Me Deleito en Tu Amor, I think, huh? No.
Yeah, I think I was in
Or Solo Escudo.
El Día del Señor. I think I sang it for the first time before being released in Union.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And now we have brought him back because first he has grown so much. He has grown so much in talent in singing in Unción. No te pones a chiviar. But like, we're here to just talk and most of all see, you know, who he really is. You know, we want to learn more about him. There's so much that we know that he's doing and singing, but we want to know more who he is. So we're going to learn today more depth who is Danny Sepulveda. So first I would like you to let us know, like, how did you start?
So I started singing in 2021 in the pandemic. So my pastor, that is now my pastor because I was in Lim Central before, then I transferred to the Valley. Basically, they needed help. You know, they closed down the churches and like everything was online. So he was more like, hey, we need help. And I went to help them. It was just literally media at first. So just video recording. And we want to go live, so les ayudé en eso. So then I saw that there was necesidad en lo que era dirigir and todo. And some directors left, you know, stuff like that happens. So then at first, like he had told me, hey, veo que te gusta cantar. He's like, ayúdanos. And I was like, I'm not into that. Right? And then just randomly, like after when I saw que había necesidad, I was like, all right, I'm going to give it a try. But ya cuando yo le dije a él, he was like, no, ya no. He's like, ya te había pedido ayuda, so ya. And I was like, ah. So then his son actually gave me the opportunity. He was like, nah, I'm actually going to help Danny out. He's like, I'll help you out. He's like, I'll train you. He's like, you help us out in like all the video stuff and work. And I was like, all right, bet. And then, we basically empezamos ahí a ensayar 3 cantos for 3 months straight. I was bored of those cantos already, but like, you know, and he just randomly disobeyed his dad. He was like, on un servicio me subió. And his dad's like, ¿quién va a cantar? He's like, oh, Danny. He's like, what do you mean, Danny? He's like, no, él no puede cantar. He's like, no más video. I just want him for that. But his son had a lot of faith in me. So he was like, me subió. Ahí empezamos ahí. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know timing. I didn't know. Estaba bien desafinado, you know all that bad stuff. But, I mean, así empezamos. Así empecé just helping out pastor. And from there, it just went on, you know, learning. And I didn't know nothing. Pero ahí con el tiempo uno va aprendiendo.
So you started technically at church with video?
With video, yeah, just video. From Central, I was doing videos for 9 years since I was like small.
Oh, 9 years. So how old were you when you started?
I was probably like 7 or 8 when I started just ahí haciendo videos for Central and just helping them. And from there, they saw that I was doing videos for other like church también. So like, a ver que nos venga a ayudar in the Valley. And I was only helping them Sundays, you know. Pero yeah, I started basically just with video. Just video work, editing little videos.
And who knew you were going to start singing, huh?
It was a surprise for everybody in the ministry. Even my grandma, she was like, ¿de cuándo acá canta este, you know? So it was just like, it was just a surprise for her. Even for me, I was like, pues, ni modo, así nos aventamos, you know?
So what I remember when we first talked, you said you started out with covers, correct?
Covers, yeah. It was in the pandemic, too. I would just basically choose, like, songs que me gustaban de, like, así, like, either oldies or just, like, de júbilo. And I would get singers from the ministry to record them. Like, I'd be like, me gusta esa canción. Hermana, grábelo usted, hermano. Like, you know.
Don't you have a cover, así como María?
Yeah, I do. That someone else sang as well. Romy sang it. Yeah, Romy sang it.
Dude, she sings pretty good, dude.
She sings very good.
Very talented.
Romy, God bless you if you're watching that. But, yeah, it was, I started with covers, and in the pandemic, it came to the song Te Adoramos. The one everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
And todos estaban encerrados. We couldn't go out. So the guy was like, hey, who's going to record this song? We need someone to record it. And then nadie quería because they were all like scared to come out, yeah, hombres de poca fe. And so I was like, pues ni modo. So then he was like, you do it, bro. And I was like, I don't know how to sing, bro. And he's like, pues aviéntate así. And this was before I even went to the Valley Church. So then that's when my pastor knew he was like, escuchó esa canción. He was like, veo que te gusta cantar. But I was like, no, eso nomás fue pues porque nadie la podía grabar type of thing. So then I had that like audio, like I recorded that song for like 8 hours in the studio because no salía. Because I didn't know how, like, the producer was just like, pues tú graba. He literally left y me dejó ahí. And now, you know, no saber cómo salió. ¿Verdad?
So that was your first cover?
That was my first cover that I did, that I sang.
Wow.
Yeah, that I sang. And yeah, ahí la tenía como por meses, like just there. And like I finally showed it to my grandma. She didn't even believe it was me. You know, all the auto-tune at first. And so like, you know, and that's how I started with the covers. And from there, I honestly liked it. I was like, I'm gonna probably just record it myself now y no agarrar a nadie.
Okay.
But me empezó a gustar también, you know. So.
Because technically the first cover you did helped you, like, I guess, discover, like, you know what, I could do this, huh? Like, actually like it.
Yeah, I did like it, aunque like I didn't know like timing, I didn't know any of that. I was still learning, and like the producer like no me ayudó because it was like, pues tú grábale y a ver cómo sale, ahí lo arreglamos and stuff like that. So, but then like agarré la interés. I was like, this is actually interesting. Like I actually want to learn. And from there, that was just like my first time singing ever. You know?
So how did you go from covers? How did it feel from going from, man, I guess there's like two questions I can ask, like from going from covers to like your own original song, like how did that transition?
When I actually started directing more and I started learning more, well, at first I had a lot of like little problems ahí con mi pastor because like, hey, you're off timing. Hey, it's afinada this.
Oh, he plays and stuff.
Because he plays piano too.
That,
so like we would be back and forth. So like I was like, I started taking lessons mejor. So I paid an academy, started taking some lessons, and they were pretty tough. But I was like, quiero mejorar. Like if I'm gonna actually do this, like en vez de estar pasando ahí vergüenzas, I actually want to like get better on it, you know. And like ya cuando empecé más, I was like, I was just asking God. Like I have a lot of friends that actually write songs, like Romy, and a bunch of people that write songs in the ministry. And I would get them to record the covers. So I was like, you know what? And they had originals too. So I was like, I want an original song. I was, how do you do it? Like, and they were like, pues, you know, lee Biblia. And if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, then it's not for you, you know? So I was like, pues, I'm going to continue with covers, but like, I just asked God for one song only. And that's where I think Soli Escudo came out, which was the first one, which obviously I got help, right? I got help writing it. I got help producing it, recording it, todo. Like, I didn't know much about arreglos. I didn't know any of that. I was like, saber qué es eso, but that sounds nice.
You just make my song come alive.
Tú hazla así, ponle auto-tune y ahí vemos cómo sale. But that was desde ahí, and then I liked it. I liked, it wasn't, no fue ni siquiera en forma de, hey, I want to be famous, you know, because it was, I didn't know how all that was. Like, I just know that when you start uploading stuff like that, pues trae cierta, you know,
course,
pues, conocimiento. But I was like, pues a ver cómo sale, you know, and then people were like, no, keep going, bro, keep going. And it was the first one, and pues me gustó. And from there, I was like, ahora qué subo. It was only one. I was like, ahora qué. Yeah. And then, like, honestly, just eso me motivó también a empezar a, like, to read the Bible more, you know, to, like, learn more. I'll be like, how did you write this song? I'll ask them, how did you write this other song? And they'll be like, oh, well, look, bro, go to Salmos. Salmos has a lot of, you know, things where you could get songs out of. And I was like, okay, so that's what I started kind of more.
Because you want your songs to always, well, this is what me and my wife always say, like, it's beautiful to have a song that's very biblical.
Yeah.
Very biblical.
Aunque no todas van a ser así, because there's some songs that are not, que no son versículos, pero obviously todo.
Tienen un respaldo, pues, yeah.
There's a message to it that kind of like, you know, like Me Deleito, like, you know, and all those stuff, but like.
But I know with you, with Soli Escudo, like, dude, that's like the verse like slapped on there.
Yeah, I think Salmos 84:11. I think, you know, pues me la inventé, but I think
it's in the Psalms. It's in the Psalms.
Por ahí búsquenlo. But yeah, it's basically, I try my best to at least have like a versículo básico for it, or like go based off, versículo. Although it's kind of hard sometimes, you know, because you have the versículo, but then you're like, ahora cómo lo hago en una canción. So
sí.
So it's
but like, you know, now going from, I guess, you know, from that, would it be like, how did you feel that transition of like, oh, now it's like an original? Like, you know, how did you feel like once you saw it come to life? Like, damn, that's my song. Like, you know, it wasn't a cover, you know?
Yeah, I think it's well, también te entra como que cierto, like, you start thinking a lot because you're like, what's next? Like, am I gonna be able to write more songs? Like, you feel happy because you're like, oh, something que yo creí, like something that I'm doing now, like que me está costando un poquito más. Like, it's not like something that someone has never heard before.
Yeah.
So ya es algo nuevo, es un mensaje, es otra canción que puede ser repertorio para alguien más. So you're kind of like, you know, you're happy about it, but at the same time you're like, all right, what's next after this? Like, ¿será que voy a poder escribir más? ¿O será que voy a tener más cantos? So it's like, you're happy, but at the same time you're like, what's next? What am I going to do next? So it's kind of like, I think it's mixed emotions about it.
So, right.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of in between, like, I wanted to come, like, how could I say? It's like, when you've made something with your own hands, you appreciate it way more. So you're like, oh, damn, you know, like, this is what I made. Am I going to be able to continue, producing this, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then, pues, vas aprendiendo un montón de cosas because I didn't know a lot of stuff when I even uploaded, like, the first, even covers. I didn't know that you had to get licenses. I didn't know you had to do all that stuff. So, like, luego te enfrentas a certain little issues where, like, I didn't know how to do this. Originally, you had to register it. You had to do a bunch that pues vas aprendiendo después. Hey, la registraste? I was like, ¿qué es eso? You know, so you got to learn a lot of stuff too. So I think but I liked it. I was like, me hizo aprender pues to look more into stuff and try to learn how all that works, how uploading music works, what do you got to do. So it's pretty interesting, honestly.
It's kind of cool how, like, you slowly started, like, I guess, going into el rio, I guess, of everything.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of people, when they see those challenges, like having to register stuff, put stuff together, like, no me gusta, like, trabajar tanto, pues. Esforzarse, because I bet you know, te esfuerzas para hacer las cosas, ¿no?
Yeah, because it takes a lot of reading, and then laws change every year. Like, music laws y todo, like, you could do this, but, pero si haces esto, so tienes que agarrar licencias, tienes que registrarla bien, make sure that there's, like, codes you got to connect when you upload it now, so people that don't know how to do that, después you find some challenges that you're like, no sabía que tenía que hacer esto, so, yeah, it takes a lot of reading and stuff, but I was like, pues, si lo voy a hacer, lo tengo que hacer bien, you know, like, and thank God it's been, ahí vamos, you know. Still learning every day, though, you know.
And, like, who could you say has been a big mentor for you through all this?
Well, our leader from Elim, que saca, pues, we have a lot of albums in Elim.
By the way, he's from Elim.
I'm
Just
from
to know,
Elim,
because you
guys.
kept saying ministry. I'm like, wait, I think they don't know.
Yeah, I'm from Elim, by the way.
Yeah.
The biggest ministry. Nah,
But the palm tree.
Yeah, the palm tree. But yeah, he has been my biggest, like, mentor because he writes very good songs. Y me ayudó incluso en, like, el Día del Señor. Like, he'll be like, hey, ¿por qué no cambias esta letra así? O sabes qué? Even with the rhythm of the drums, like, why don't you do it this cool here and here you do this? And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So for me, like, since he's written a lot of songs, for me, I learned a lot from him in the writing process. Also, other writers from Elim too that I would ask them for help and they'll help me. Yeah, yo te ayudo. A ver, mándame la letra que tienes ahorita. Or no, let's do this. And, like, I was always open to, like, changes, ideas. A lot of people aren't because they're like, no, esto es mío. Y, like, no me lo cambies. I was open to all that because I wanted to learn. I was like, they know more, llevan más experiencia. So for me, like, I learned a lot and I'm still learning from them. I'm still learning, like, even every time now that I will write something, I'll be like, I'll send it to them. Hey, what do you think of this? What would you change if it was your song? Or, like, ves algo que tal vez, you know, no tiene sentido. Because, you know, there's words that we use sometimes as young people that they're like, hey, no tiene sentido, you know? Like, we don't use that word in the song. So, like, honestly, that helps me a lot. Like, ellos, like, I always go to them for, like, advice in any song. So.
And that's good because, like, what I see from you, bro, is that you're very humble to accept the help because a lot of people don't ask for help. They're kind of like, pues lo voy a poner así, pues, como orgullosos, ¿no?
Yeah.
Like, to not ask for help. Because when you have a guide that's helping you through what you're doing, it becomes way much easier because how can you say, like, you're discovering things you didn't know that could help you.
Yeah.
And what I like about your saying is, like, you know, it's good to have, I guess, you know, you have, like, various of mentors to help you out, which a lot of people do need.
Yeah, and the fact that they're honest, because, like...
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Nowadays, hay gente, hey, ¿qué piensas? Está bien. Hey, they might be lying, you know?
You know, yeah.
But,
yeah,
like, me, like someone, hey, ¿qué piensas de esa canción? Like, I'm very honest, because, like, I can ser sincero. Say, you know what, bro? Like, I would change this, I would change that. So I'm, like, very open. Hey, ¿qué piensas? ¿Sabes qué? Cámbiale esto. And as much as I like how it sounds, I'm like, you know what? It does make more sense. Ya después, like, cuando se saca, you just see, like, okay, like, it did make sense. Like, people received it. And then I listened to the ones before. And I was like, oh yeah, no, like it was necessary. The change was necessary. So I'm always open to like those changes and pues consejos, from people that know more.
And especially, from people that are much more experienced than you in the game.
Yeah, basically, la verdad.
And like now, I guess going into this, like, how do you feel that, dude? Come on now, like, yeah, one thing's that Elim's singing your songs, but you got Llamada Final. I guess sorry to mention, right? Because they're like, we're mentioning ministries, and then Ebenezer and other ministries out there that probably don't, they're independent, like singing your song, man, singing your songs, man. Like for example, Me deleito en tu amor. I see that one going everywhere, man.
Yeah, well, in our ministry, it was first it was just El Día del Señor. Well, technically, it's only that one that we sing in Elim. Well, at least the Central. Now, when I saw that Ebenezer started singing Me Deleito, I think someone just sent it to me because I'm not really ahí de metido, dirían, but just checking everybody's. But we have a lot of people from our ministry that just always checks, like, they're always looking at Ebenezer, they're looking at all these stuff. I don't know why. So, someone sent it to me once, and, like, they sang it in, I think first it was in the main church, Guatemala. Oh. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, for me, that was, like, I was in shock. I was, like, surprised, like, oh, like, they actually sang it there. So I was, like, more than, like, I was happy, but at the same time, I was, like, I didn't expect it at all. Like, so then... From there, I saw Llamada Final saying...
I saw Enoch sing it.
Yeah.
Enoch sang it, yeah.
Enoch or Enoch. No sé cómo se llama.
Enoch. In English, Enoch was.
Yeah. So I saw him.
Enoch.
Or the church también, yeah. Yeah, porque también me la mandó. And I was like, oh, okay. So then, like, yeah, for me, it's like, like you just see and you're just like, pues ahí el Señor te está respaldando,
Yeah.
La verdad, you see that it's actually, the message is getting out there.
Dude, the thing is, like, it's going out the four walls of your own ministry. Like, I think that's pretty cool. Because, like, yeah, I mean, when it's in the four walls being a blessing, that's awesome. But cuando ya sale de ahí, like, you're like, whoa, this is blessing a bunch of people, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't really, like, sing my songs everywhere I go.
Oh, really?
I really don't. Like, I don't know why. Like, people are like, bro, you don't even sing your songs. Like, even in my church, like, casi no las canto. Like, I don't know why, la verdad. No hay excusa. But, like, I rarely, like, do. So, like, simplemente se dio así, nomás. Like, just, I guess someone found it. And they're like, hey, this is a good song. Y la empezaron a tocar. But, like, it was just all, like, random. Like, because I don't even now places where I go, casi, like, tal vez una que otra. But, like, it's rare, So, I don't know. I guess that's just, el Señor respaldando.
No, point, yeah, because it's like going, like, I remember when you shared that on Instagram. You shared it on Instagram that I think, the main church of Ebenezer, they were singing. I'm like, what?
Guatemala.
I was like, what? Like, in a good way. I was just like, dude, no way, because like I felt really happy for you, man. Because it's like I said, it's not being kept here. It's going out there. So that's when you're starting to know. It's like, dude, this is blessing a lot of people, man. Like, it's really going somewhere, Even though, I mean, we're happy if it just bless one or two people, But like, it's going out there. So I don't know how you seriously felt with that going on, like that whole movement,
Yeah, no, I was pretty happy. I'm not gonna lie, but I was like, there's no way, Like, so uno empieza así como que pensar how they find it or stuff like that. But I was like, oh, pues qué bueno, Like, it's pretty. Like, I was pretty happy. But like, but that also motivates you to like keep going because you're like, well, if it's being a blessing, then like, pues that means whatever you're doing, it's actually working. Y sin tratar tanto, because I see people que like they try so hard, to like try to get somewhere and like, unfortunately it doesn't work out sometimes. But like, like I try not to like tampoco andar like ahí mandándosela a todos. Hey, bro, hear it, like
I get it.
Sino que solamente se dio a conocer, So. And then se dio a conocer después de like tal vez 2-3 años of being released.
That's very true, yeah.
So like right now, like in Ebenezer, es el año del deleite. So
that's crazy. I just noticed that, dude.
Yeah. So then right now they've been using it a lot. Like right now, like it's been actually, that's what they sang it in Honduras recently.
There you go. Yeah.
In Honduras, So now like all these Ebenezers are like playing it because like it talks about deleite. So like I'm like, oh, pues solo se está dando a conocer así, So it's like, yeah, pretty.
Es el año de tu canto.
Yeah,
right.
Basically,
right. So that's why it's because even my cousin from Guatemala, he's singing it, man.
Oh, really?
And it was funny because I told him like I know him. No way. I'm like, yeah, I know him. Like I know the guy that wrote the song.
Who is he? So we could copyright him.
It's like I was just like, wow, look, his daughter was singing your song. I was like, what? I was like, that's why I told him, like, I know that song. He's like, oh, it's by Danny Sepulveda. I'm like, yeah, I know him. And I sent him a picture. I was with you. He was like, oh, wow.
What picture?
It was when you're at my church. And by the way, you used David's picture on Príncipe de Paz.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
The with the silver mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good picture, bro.
So, yeah, right. So, and then, like, I showed him that one. Because he's already been to my church.
Okay.
So he was like, oh, what? No way. I'm like, yeah, he's right there. Yeah. I remember.
Mm.
Dude, by the way, like, how do you get the ideas for the covers?
Honestly, at first I was like, I'm gonna do them, pero no salían tan bien, because I was like, I don't know how to
It's
do
hard.
this.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is hard, and then you gotta kind of like, it has to make sense, the title with the, so like the first ones, like I don't know if you go back, I like, it's just ni sentido tiene el cover with the name of the song. So I was like, ya cuando empecé con the originals, I was like, no, I gotta get together. I can't just go on Canva right now y hacer algo rápido. Ahí está. So like now I'm actually paying like an actual like graphic designer to actually do it. Like le digo, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Can you do it? Yes or no? Like y le mando el canto, le mando la letra. Like can it go based on this? And sometimes it's hard because it's not a Christian person. So they're like, well, what are you actually looking for? So, but I try to like now I found like an actual person that does like graphic design y like pero también con covers de otra gente like cristianos y todo. So,
nice.
so he understands the idea.
Makes it easier, right?
Makes it easier because I don't gotta explain a lot. I just I don't want this color, I don't want this other color, but I was like, no, invéntate una, you know, like I'm not gonna tell you much because that's your job, you know. But I was like, que tenga sentido con la canción, you know, like, you know, si es de paz, no vas a poner a alguien ahí, you know, llorando, you know, like just make it like, you know, and then it's been working out. Like I think they look better.
Yeah, they do.
I think they could look better.
Dude, no,
even
dude,
more,
but the one of Príncipe de Paz, dude, I really like that cover. Like I really like the cover of the song. It just looks so slick. It's you and the other man. I forgot her name.
Her name's Emily. She's also from Elim Central.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. So yeah, you guys are both like kind of faded in.
Yeah.
It looks really, really nice. Like the quality.
It's like
really
black
good.
and white, right? Algo así.
It's like blue.
Oh, algo así.
Bluish, yeah. Like kind of going gray to black. I mean, gray to blue, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, but that one too, like, I don't know who did that, ni me acuerdo, but like, he was like the first one that did it, and I was like, I'm convinced, but not really. So like, I was like, mejor empiezo a hacer like, looking into other people. Because I seen something, I was like, dang, this is good. Pero like, también tienen su like, big fee, like, cobran como 500 for a cover. I was like, really?
Oh, wow.
But like, now I'm like, cuando tienes otras ideas, and like, you see the other people like do, it's simple, but it's nice. You're like, I like this. A veces like, they say less is more.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so like, yeah, ahí estamos trabajando también with the
like which
covers.
album cover you think was like the hardest to kind of take out?
I'll say Fuego de Dios, the recent one.
Oh, really?
Because like if you say Fuego de Dios, someone else is just gonna go and put like a fire.
A fire, yeah.
And you're just like, oh wow.
Una llama or whatever.
Yeah, and like I was like, and they did that. I was like, bro. You know, like
a little more creative. Come on. Yeah.
So I was like, with like con las letras algo ahí, like, you know, invéntate, you know, like. So like I was like very strict on that one. Like no, like we made it like 3-4 times. So now I'm getting very picky on it. Cause like no, I see some that are actually good. I was like, bro, like no nomás un fuego allá. And like then I was like, no, I el fuego así, and then he just like zooms it in. I was like, no, next, mejor like. So then I'll have to like overthink it. Like no me gusta, sí me gusta. But yeah, basically, I think that was the hardest one to like actually decide.
Oh, wow. And by the way, what's the history behind that one anyway?
Fuego de Dios. That one I think it was written, no sé si last year. And then I was like, como ya había conocido, I don't know if you know Barro de Dios.
Yeah.
Ya los había conocido ellos así like and just through like online, like we connected online with our piano player and stuff like that. And we had said that we were going to do something in the future, and then like nunca se hizo. So that like it was like yes, no. So then I was like, you know what? I have this song. I was like, I think it'll fit her style, you know. And like I just hit her up. I was like, hey, are you willing to do this song? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. Which took like 8-9 months for her to record, right? 9 months, come on. Pero al final se hizo, like, and I was like, you know, it was kind of like a tough song también because I wanted to do it different from the other ones. You know, like, I don't know if you notice in every song, like, I do, like, an intro melody, and then the instrumental melody is different. So, trato de hacer las canciones, like, que no sea todo lo mismo, sino que, like, so this one was very hard, too, because habían muchos arreglos. Like, we did a lot of arreglos, todo se grabó. Like, no dejé que el productor hiciera todo. usually like I'll be like, all right, yeah, graba todo, and like my producer's in El Salvador.
Oh,
So then, like, estamos ahí, like, comunicándonos, mandando todo. Oh, let's do this. Oh, ¿cómo vas? Like, oh, let me see the videos. Let me see this. So then this time I was like, you know what? I want to have more control of this song. So, like, I recorded a bunch of stuff here. Like, the piano. Like, I chose almost everything. The only thing he recorded, I think, was just bass. Well, actually, no, ni eso. Electric guitars.
Oh, wow.
That's all he did. Pero todo lo demás se grabó aquí in L.A. We recorded drums. We recorded a bunch of things here. So it was, I think, one of the most expensive songs and like the most like detailed, like un montón de arreglos. And then Nick
fino.
recorded you know Nick, right? Nick
Oh,
Cedillo.
what? He did the brass,
he did the brass for that one, yeah.
Man. Shout out to Nick, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Follow Nick Cedillo.
He's a great and talented guy.
Yeah, he really is. And like, la verdad, like, también, he had done some solos for that song too. Instead of violin, we had solos, pero también, it was too much brass también. I was like, no, like, si por sí la gente no va a poder hacer ciertos arreglos, because he's good. Like, not a lot of people can do what he does, you know?
So check this out. I've talked to people about this. I don't know if I'm going to ask you, like, what do you think? Do you think that sometimes, like, the song should be simple for it could be used at churches? Because there's different levels of musicians, you know?
Yeah.
So
I would say yes and no.
I
Like,
get you with that,
simple, yes, because, I mean, hay ciertas iglesias que la verdad no tienen... So, si le metes mucho a la canción, un montón, they don't really have all that. Hay iglesias like, que no tienen el pianito y la batería. Like mine. Like, I can't sing Fuego de Dios in my church on a regular Sunday because, like, they're going to freak out. Y como like, you know, like, ¿qué onda? Like, we're only... So, like, if I'm going to sing, like, even me, when I sing that song, I bring musicians.
Of course, yeah.
And, like, the tracks y todo eso tenemos. But, like, not everybody has that, you know. And yeah, like, yo creo que también it's like good that you kind of make it a little hard because también it gives certain musicians, like,
a little challenge to learn.
Challenge, yeah. Like, Me Deleito, not a lot of people could even play that song the way it is. The violin part, like, that solo is just the hardest solo that... Not even, like, even when Honduras played it, they didn't, like, the solo no salió como es. Sorry, Honduras. But, like, I told them already. But, like, so it's a hard song. So, también, like, I was like, okay, like, tal vez, like, the next song, like, after Fuego de Dios, I'm going to make it a little bit more, like more, trato de ser las
congregational. Yeah.
Porque para eso, like, a lot of people, they're not releasing Júbilo right now. You know, so I was like Júbilo ha perdido un poquito a veces. Well, Ebenezer se ha puesto las pilas, you know. But
that's
like,
true.
You know, shout out to Ebenezer. But like, también, you know, now I was like, okay, let's make it también simple. You know, let's not, like, at least the next song I'm going to try to make it not too hard. But Fuego de Dios is a tough song también, so not a lot of people will play it, you know. So también,
especially the brass parts, man.
The brass parts, yeah.
But I like how you thought like that, because you're like, yeah, I could put all this in, but I want it to be, I guess, readable for it could be studied to play.
Yeah, like Nick, when él ahí te las mando después por una ofrenda. But like, he did a couple solos, trumpet solos in that violin part. But when we heard it, we're like, no one's gonna be able to play this, you know. And
it sounds great, but just, you know, not
yeah, like, and I think he uploaded a little part of it, but I was like, no one's gonna be able to play this, and like, it's a lot of brass already. I was like, nah, mejor pues regresemos al violín, you know. At least the violin, I say.
Those are like decisions you need to take, huh? Kind of like, okay,
yeah,
let's put this, let's take this out.
I got a lot of opinions from people for this. I was like, ¿qué hago? Lo quito, lo pongo. Like, I was over here like ya estresándome, you know. And I was like, so like, I actually asked some brass people, what do you think? And like other, like, hasta gente que ni conoce de música, I was like, what do you think? For them, oh, muy bien. I was like, no, that don't work for me. So musicians, hey, what do you think, bro? And they're like, hey, bro, like, has a lot of brass already. Like, aventar un solo ahí es como like, yeah, like, it's too tough, you know. So like, mejor mete algo diferente. So all right, we'll go back to the violin then, you know. But like, it still sounded pretty good. All those arreglos.
And what I love about Nick, man, he's so open. Like, you say here, no, okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's so open. Like,
aunque ya teníamos otros arreglos for that song. Ya estaban los arreglos hechos. And he was like, bro, I could play these arreglos if you want. He said, but pues you're paying me to do like some, like my work, put my style. Let me change some stuff. And I was like, pero ya teníamos el violín grabado. I was like, with the arreglos que, I was like, you know what, bro? Let's do it. Like, I trust your work. Let's do it. And man, he did a different intro than what we had, which is way better now.
I get it.
And I was like, okay, it works. Pero pues grabamos otra vez el violín, otras cosas. But I was like, pero al final de cuentas, like, it was worth it. Like,
and the cool thing, I bet, is like, let's say those solos, for example, you could keep them. You could keep those ideas, I guess, for like next time or something like that.
Yeah, me los mandó. Like he's like, hey, if you ever want to use them, just use them. Like, and I was like, yeah, we probably in a service we could just use them. Like, they're like, there's a solo there or trumpet. Like, like we could always use them. They're always there.
Yeah, because they're good. Yeah,
and they're good. Yeah. So
damn.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you always have to, I guess, like, find pick, especially to your style, because you're the one singing it and stuff. So like, you need to like choose. Okay, this, no, that, because it goes according to what God's giving you. You're, I guess, to the creativity of what the song's asking for, right? Like, since you know what's up because it's your song.
Yeah, and like before, like from the first song to now, like the first song I was no sabía mucho, like qué quería. So for me, the first thing the producer sent, I was like, ya quedó. But now I'm like, no. Ahora, like, I'm very, like, picky. Like, I'm like, no, I want, like, una pausa.
You know your style.
Yeah, now I do. Yeah, now I was like, I want this here. Like, I love violin on Jubilo songs. Mm-hmm. I think it sounds good. So, siempre trato de hacer algo ahí. Meter ciertas pausas. Like, I want arreglos here. No, repitamos esto aquí. Terminemos con esto. And like now he's like, hey, you're very picky now. I was like, pues ahora ya estoy entendiendo like certain stuff. Like now I know the structure that I want. Before it was like lo que él quería. And I was like, no. Now it's like, okay, I want this because I've heard.
And how do you feel with now having an identity to like know what you want?
Well, I think now it's it's easier for me now because now it's like when we're gonna do a song, I was like, okay, quiero ciertas cosas aquí. Quiero pausas aquí, quiero estos arreglos aquí, estas melodías aquí. So that's more easier for me because now like I don't depend like on 100% on somebody else. So like for them to choose what they want to put, that now it's like more my ideas. And now they're like, oh, like so now I'm like I feel like I found my style. And it was hard at first because I was just doing a bunch of covers, sabía qué quería. So now I feel like I found the actual style of what I actually want on a song. And I think it's been going pretty good because ya sé lo que quiero,
Yeah, and the cool thing is that now that you're singing, directing, doing everything, your style's established.
Yeah.
Because everyone has a different sound, you know? So that's pretty awesome that you found your own sound. So, we're about to close, but now the question would be this. Well, I actually have two questions, so here you go. So my first question is, have you ever felt like someone has doubted you because you're young?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I think the own ministry itself, when I first started, they were like, no me apoyaban at first. Because they were like, pues, no, apenas va empezando. Like, está muy verde todavía, type of thing. Like, you're not really, like, there yet. Even El Día del Señor, when it first came out, even though they were singing it there, they never allowed me to sing it in the Central. Even though I had it recorded already. Incluso ellos hasta la grabaron en un disco. Que todavía no ha salido en años, but like not even they even allowed me to record because they're like, no, he's still like apenas va empezando a dirigir, apenas like, so they were kind of like also like también la edad y esto, so like they doubted me a lot, and other people from the ministry as well, like other like singers that I was friends with before, like directores que ya llevan años, they were like, nah, este es un niño, like like he's just doing it por fama type of thing. But, like, en realidad, like, vi el respaldo de Dios. Lo estoy viendo ahorita,
No, sí.
So then I was like, well, no me desanimé. Like, no me desanimé. Habían ocasiones where I was like, like, why are they saying that? I thought they were my friends,
annoying.
Like.
Gets annoying.
Yeah, but, like, now, like, I'm like, pues, lo bueno que no me desanimó eso. But I think that happens to a lot of people, that when they're starting some. But now if you see, like, los jóvenes se están levantando. Like, now you see a lot of people, like, doing stuff. A lot of jóvenes doing music. Like, doing a bunch of stuff, Like, you doing podcasts, you started también young. Like, so I think, like, todos los jóvenes se están levantando ahorita más. And now we see certain support, but after time. Pero, like, I didn't have a lot of support when I first started. Not even from my pastor when I first started, So it took time and it took like a lot of like, pues voy a hacerlo, aunque no estoy para agradarlos a ellos, but like I just kept, my head up and just kept like trying and pues ahorita ya I see like now I got the support.
Yeah, that too, right?
Yeah.
So my second question is this. If you were able to go to the past and like tell yourself, like, to give yourself advice, what advice would you give yourself?
I would say, I think learn music since like the beginning, because it's still hard now. Like I don't know a lot of music. I don't know how to play an instrument. La verdad, and that's where like a lot of people thought themselves, no, uno no puede, but like I mean, yeah.
No, yeah.
I mean, I write songs and I don't even know music. You know, I do certain melodies así, pero sin saber mucho. Pero también like it would have helped me if I would have started like tal vez desde el principio, like aprender un instrumento. Y like I think it would have helped me a lot. So I would have probably told myself, hey, métete a estudiar piano o algo. You know, hazlo desde el principio bien, because now like I want to learn an instrument. I want to learn a lot of stuff, but I don't have a lot of time now to even.
Yeah, it gets tough when you grow.
It does. So right now, like I'll be like I'm like probably stuck in like a certain thing where I still gotta get a lot of help from people, but like you know, pues tal vez porque tal vez no aprendí desde el principio, you know. So I would probably tell mini Sepu, like hey, aprende un instrumento, you know, primero. But I mean, it's still working now at the end of the day, pero pues ahí con más trabajo, you know.
No, yeah. Well, I appreciate you, man, being here, man. Again.
Yeah, no, thanks,
for the
brother.
second time. But, you know, God bless you. God bless your ministry. And I know you're going to keep being a blessing to many others out there, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And stay tuned for more stuff from New Unción.
Amen. Well, que Dios vos bendiga rica y abundantemente. And as I always say, New Unción out. See you on the next one. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah. And then another thing, what would you tell yourself if you were able to go back to the future when you first started recording? Like, what would you tell yourself?
What would I tell myself? Can you repeat that question? Sorry.
Boom.